Hello. You are tuning into another episode of The Wunderkind Show. Today's first topic, $1 million worth of game, of course, was C.J. Stoud. Look, you already know. When football talk comes up, there's always one name, or matter of fact, three names that always come up no matter what's going on, because I believe one's the GOAT, one's fighting to be the GOAT, and one is the lightning rod for views and talking points. And that is Tom Brady, Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson. Now, on the show, right, because you know they did Tank Dell, and they had C.J. Stoud on there too. And shout out to Tank, once again, like I said, getting over being shot. He looks like he's good. He's talking well, like he's in good spirits. Like, I'll be fine. I'm straight. You know what I mean? Shouts to him. God's always moving. God's always working. So thank God, you know what I'm saying, that brother is, okay. But they were talking about rings. They were talking about dynasties. They were talking about champions. They were talking about how you define a great player. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to play a part where a question's asked, right? Thank God they muted out all the cuss words. So I don't got to be pulling away the phone. And then we're going to break it down, all right? So without further ado, let's get this party started.
Let me ask you this question.
I guarantee you, look.
Let me ask you this question. Was they considered a great team last year?
Who?
Yo, before the season started.
Nah. Huh? We wasn't great last year.
We wasn't great at the end.
We great now. We got to go prove it, like
but
you said.
But what I'm saying was, y'all came and showed that, we ain't who we was.
We was, but we
ain't. Okay, he had a chance to show every year they go to the playoffs. I ain't who I was last year. I'm about to get it.
You're talking about Aaron Rodgers.
I'm at least about to go to the Super Bowl. What we talking about, man? Man got one, man.
But, okay, so
man,
that's like saying,
look,
that's like saying,
Trent Dilfer got
more than y'all, though. That's like saying Lamar Jackson ain't great, though.
Right? No, I'm not, listen.
Lamar he been there, but
it's greatness.
Overhyped.
It's greatness.
Lamar overhyped.
Listen.
No, he talking about
it's greatness.
Aaron is overhyped.
Lamar Jackson hasn't been in the league as long as Aaron Rodgers either. So he still is building his book. He's still writing his legacy. He can win the next 2 championships back to back.
You know what I think
so you never know. You feel what I'm saying? He's building his legacy. Aaron Rodgers got a shitload of years in, man.
But he only won one ring, man. Gil, I think what it is that I've talked to Tom about this because Tom Brady's he's a good mentor to me, and I appreciate him, man. He's helped me a ton.
So Tom keep it all the way wrong with you.
Yeah, and what he tell me is this right here. I'm about to tell you. It's just his teammates and how he treats his teammates. So I think that's where it falls off is we don't know how Aaron Rodgers treats his teammates, but you can guarantee that Tom Brady treats his teammates right because how he got them rings. Because he'll tell you he didn't do it on his own. You know what I'm saying?
Nobody can do it on their own.
100%, but it's about how you treat your teammates, and I don't know how that works where he came from. You know what I'm saying? So I get what you're saying for sure.
At the end of the day.
But as a great player, you cannot take Aaron Rodgers' greatness away. He is a talented, he's a dog,
I said he was great. I just said he was overhyped. He is not on the Mount Rushmore. He is not up there with them elite people. Bro, it's levels to the is eliteness, and then is the next level. But yes, they still great. They still Hall of Famers. But no, you better not dare mention that with no Joe Montana. Don't you do that. You better not mention that man with no Tom Brady. Don't you do that shit.
Oh, God, he going off.
If you had to pick a person's career, right?
That's easy. That's a layup, dog.
No, I'm going to ask you a question.
I'm going to pause it right there, right? Because they're getting loud. Look, let me be real with y'all on this, right? I've said this plenty of times. This goes for the Joe Burrows. This goes for the Lamar Jacksons. This goes for the Josh Allens. This goes for the Herberts, the Lawrences. People put so much emphasis on now. They don't understand that everybody's career is different. Think about this real quick. We thought Russell Wilson was going to end his career with probably at least 3 of them things. All he got is 1. Russell Wilson should have been a part of a dynasty. That team gave up a Super Bowl and never recovered from it. It changed the history. I want y'all to understand this. That call on the goal line, not giving it to beast mode, changed the very history, the very fabric of the NFL. Because that gave Tom Brady his what? 6th? 5th? I tell this to everybody. That's why I get so mad with the Lamar stuff. And you saw they brought him up, of course. It's because they act like his book is done. I tell this to everybody. I feel like, and I said Lamar will not retire with less than 2 rings. I've told you guys on this platform numerous times. So you can't act like I'm just saying that now. Everybody that watches the show is like, yeah, he been saying that. Y'all, people coming out, Lamar not great. He overrated. Who cares? He got MVPs. It's like, bruh, if he wins the next 2 championships, what are you going to say? Are you going to make up another excuse? And honestly, with the way that Lamar Jackson is covered in the media landscape, they probably would. They'd be, oh, he only won 2. If you really want to be great, he got to win 3. That's probably what they would say. But people are forgetting just how hard it is to win a championship. That's why what Tom Brady has done is held in such in high regard. Tom Brady has more rings than most teams put together. If you put Philly, Texans, Dallas, Browns, Cincinnati, Miami, like Jets, put all those teams together, the Green Bay Packers, put all those teams together. They still don't have as much rings as Tom Brady. That's why what he did is so highly regarded. Because they're like, bro, the man just wins. You know how hard it is to win? Drew Brees is one of the greatest passers of the ball we have ever seen. He only got 1. Peyton, he eked out 2. He was huffing, puffing, dragging his leg across the finish line to get the last one. The man had 89 passing yards in that Super Bowl. And won. He got 2 of them things, though. This is what I'm trying to say. I'm one of those people that look at greatness for what it is. A championship is a team job. It's a team accomplishment. Now, to rise up on most people's or most lists, that's the biggest differentiator between the greats. Because when you're talking about great players, you start to nitpick. I've been saying this. That's the biggest thing with the NBA. That's any sport. That's how you nitpick. It's like, yo, you were great. You were shutting down on the guys. But do you got that ring? Because now if me and you are the same, right? We start looking at the rings now. See, a lot of people don't understand there's context to this. There's context. If you were great, you got scoring titles, you got MVPs, you got all-star MVPs. How many times you made it to the Super Bowl? How many times you made it to the AFC Championship game? All those things matter when you start to divvy up greatness amongst the greats. There's a lot of trash players that have won. There's a lot of blah blah players that have won championships. Are you gonna and he brought that name up? Are you gonna put Trent Dilfer on Aaron Rodgers' level? No. And let's flip it. Because Trent Dilfer got 1, are you gonna say he's better than Lamar Jackson? No. Joe Flacco had one of the greatest runs in Super Bowl history we have ever witnessed. Are y'all gonna say he's better than Lamar Jackson? Come on now, man. Stop the cap. I know y'all remember us getting absolutely manhandled. Remember when the Texans did us dirty? When the Joe Flacco had a quarterback rating of a 9? 9? Man had 50 passing yards. Come on now, bruh. Man, this is what I'm trying to tell people. Y'all gotta understand, there's levels to this. Rings only differentiate amongst the greats. The greats. There's so many great players that don't win. And that's why I get mad with the Lamar stuff and, the Joe Burrow stuff and even Josh Allen. Josh Allen, let's be real. If you're going to look at him for both ways, he hasn't got no MVPs. He's never led the league in passing touchdowns. He hasn't done none of those things. He hasn't been to a Super Bowl. So why even though I have him high on my quarterback list, right? If you're looking at accomplishments, how is he then, if you're just going to go by that way, how could he even be mentioned with Joe Burrow or even Lamar? Or, matter of fact, Patrick Mahomes. At least you could say, well, Joe, because this is how you're going to hang hat on. You could be like, well, Joe Burrow's been to 2 AFC championship games and he's been to a Super Bowl. Lamar Jackson has 2 MVPs, 1 that was unanimous. You know what I'm saying? Patrick Mahomes got 3 titles, 2 MVPs, 3 Super Bowl MVPs. Like, you know what I'm trying to say? Like, that holds more weight than, okay, Josh Allen. He has good stats. What differentiates Dak between Allen then? You get where I'm coming from? And like I said, I just look, it's one of those things I look at, you know, because that's the way the media frames things. If you don't got a ring, you're a nobody. And it's wrong. It's so wrong. There's so much great players that play these games professionally, but they just didn't have the squad. I told y'all, my favorite wide receiver growing up was Andre Johnson. Andre Johnson. Listen, I'm a Baltimore fan, but I loved the Texans lineup back then. You had Arian Foster, Andre Johnson, Owen Daniels. You know, the only person I didn't like was Schaub. Kevin Walter. You know what I'm saying? I remember those teams. Like, how you think I can name them all off like that? Like, I remember that team. And you know what I mean? It just... And they, you know, Andre Johnson never had the quarterback to get him the ball in the end zone. He didn't play in a system that Garner, and Andre Johnson was him. Monster. 230, 6'3", just a monster. He was unguardable. At the time, I believe when Richard Sherman was at the height of his powers, I think Andre Johnson was the only big name wide receiver to give him 100 yards. So it's like, y'all got to understand that. And look, I know I'm defending it, but it's there's levels to this. You know what I mean? And that's why I say when I'm defending Baltimore, even Lamar and stuff like that, that's what I look at. Players like, oh, he's not great, he hasn't won a title, but you ain't saying it about the other guys. You're not saying it about the Burrows, you're not saying it about Allen, you're not saying it about Lawrence, you're not saying it about Herbert. You know what I'm saying? Every little thing they do, you put on a pedestal. All his accomplishments as Lamar's, you put it down at the bottom and say they don't count. It's ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? But I think, like I said before, the Baltimore Ravens are going to get more than one out of Lamar. And once they do, I want to see what they're going to say. I really do. But what do you guys think? Do you agree with what Gillie and Wallo had to say about championships based on players? And if you only get one, that ain't really nothing? Or do you believe that, look, it's hard to get one? You know what I'm saying? There's only going to be one Tom Brady. You know what I'm saying? Let me know what you think down in the comment section, all right? But as always, that's the episode of The Wunderkind Show. Thank you for watching. Y'all know we get down, we have fun, and we laugh. But everything we talk about rooted in what? Facts and truth. Please do remember, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, leave a comment in all of the comments. If you have not done so already, check out The Wunderkind Show's Patreon. Yes, 3 tiers of content goodness waiting for your consumption. Give it a look, give it a try. Let me know what you think. And if you would like to donate to this channel, help out with equipment and such stuff like that, right here, bottom of the screen, QR codes to a Cash App. Cash App located in the description of every video that I do. Name of it, $, The Wunderkind Show. Super easy. But once again, this is The Wunderkind Show. This is your host, Nectar, signing off. And as always, you know my slogan. Peace. And I am out of here. Huh? Yep.
Finish him, Daddy.
Ah!